Now, I was never gonna do this video because I've seen a lot of other people do this video on YouTube, and I would hate to get the ABBA and Preach allegations again and again and again. But after I saw the new iteration of the Miles Morales NPC, I knew we had to talk about it.
We got that Dior, gang gang.
Beer, you probably can't for now.
Jeez, that really hurts, you know. What the f is wrong with you? You want me to up the block in your ass? Bitch, this chicken is spicy. Gotta get the roses to the house.
Yeah, if you don't put the fries in the damn bag, forget streaming, forget 9 to 5s, hell, forget going to school even. There are people who want to do bare minimums or hell, nothing at all and still want to be compensated for it. And what blows my mind is they get mad at the people for consuming the content and then not paying for it. Now, as we become more and more focused on the internet and being famous and the clout, the shame has slowly but surely left society, and it's something that we need to bring back. We now have people that are shamelessly begging online for a number of reasons. Now, I want you to know I'm going to break the fourth wall here. My scriptwriter has insert reasons here because he wants me to give a bunch of reasons as to why these people are begging for money, but I can't think of a singular reason as to why people on the internet feel entitled to other people's money.
I'm so tired of scrolling down my For You page and all I see is people begging and begging and begging. Everybody's struggling. I just came from California. You know how much they're paying in gas? They're paying like $7 for regular. And you're asking those people for money? They're going through it too. Begging for money is not content. Make me laugh. Teach me something. Do a makeup tutorial. Do something.
The baby trying to sleep in that video is taking me out. Please put that baby down, go in the other room and make your TikTok rant. But I totally agree with what she's saying. At one point in time, social media begging came with some sort of need for the funds. People got into horrific car accidents, so a site like GoFundMe was introduced. It was no different than tithing in church or being a part of a community and pooling up money together. I remember going to gas stations and them having a little jar because somebody had gotten into a car accident or an employee had gotten sick and they don't have benefits. And that was a great time to look at the American health structure and criticize it for what it is. But these people that are on the internet begging for money for no reason at all, other than they just don't want to get jobs, try school or anything, but because they've seen some sort of profitability in e-panhandling, have to be examined and have to be taken off the internet. One of the reasons why e-begging is so prominent in today's day and age is because these people create these parasocial relationships from which they create this emotional attachment with the person on the screen that makes it feel like I'm obligated or there's some sense of urgency or some sense of helping this person that I've grown closer to over the years. See, it can feel one-sided at times because while on one hand, the person that's giving the funds, consuming the content can feel like they are really helping, they're really building a connection with this person, they're being brought along the journey. On the other end of the phone, the creator doesn't feel like there's this connection with them. Yeah, they say you guys and I love you all for the support, etc., but they don't know you, they don't know your name, they don't know what type of funds you have to be giving out. They're just thankful that those roses, that those honeybees and that those galaxies go through on TikTok Live. And it gets to this point where creators start to share these vulnerabilities. They want some sort of pity or sympathy from their audience that they are talking to in order to get some sort of funds from these people. Guilt and peer pressure are the main things that they play on in these scenarios. But I'm gonna be honest with you, this is a secret. Don't let me spoil it. These people are lying to you about these situations. This is no different than when you're driving on the highway and you see a person outside with babies on a floor mat and a sign that says need help feeding my kids. I can guarantee you a good portion of those people walk out of their mansions, come in their cars, park across the street and walk over to the edge of the interstate and put their signs out. Now, I'm not saying that's the case for everybody because there are some people that need help out there, and that's why this situation is really nasty, because there are people that actually need help on the internet, but there's a lot of people that are exploiting this because they know they can get away with it.
What make people, well, women, just inbox a dude out the blue or told a stranger and asking, can you cash out me? Hell no, I can't cash out. You know what? When they made Cash App, they should have made Ass App. Cause you go at me to Cash App you finna have to Ass App me. So if you can't do Ass App women, don't ask me for Cash App women.
Hey, that brother is spitting. And so usually when people are giving money to something or someone, they're getting something good in return. You know, they're bartering. They are saying, I'm going to exchange this for this. And a lot of people feel like that makes sense. That's hell. That's what the economy is backed off of. Me giving you $1 for a lollipop. Like, that's literally how things work in the economy. So in order to seem like non-freeloaders, like these people that just ask strangers for money for zero effort or anything involved in the transaction, we have this new creation of NPCs. My problem with NPCs is the bare minimum amount that they are putting into their content in order to get into these people's psyches and then have them exchange it for some sort of money.
Kai Cenat revealed that he he earned over $5,000 for just 1 hour of acting like an NPC on TikTok Live. NPC streaming encourages viewers to gift you stickers using their own money for you to act like a non-playable character from video game, aka just a bot or a computer.
And what pisses me off in these situations is the fact that they somehow feel entitled to the money.
There's 11,000 people in here. There's 11,000 people in here, and you guys are not tapping the screen. Tap the goddamn screen, okay? Okay, you see this button right here? Press the button. Thanks to follow. You guys are amazing.
Miles, how about you tap the apply button and get a damn job? Now look, I'm all for patronizing people who are participating in the finer arts of the world. Even if you don't call them finer arts, I believe in patronizing content creators, full stop. This is a job, this is a 9 to 5. People put effort and energy into these things, they study, they take it seriously. However, this is the lowest of forms. And I think the difference between this situation and the Miles situation that's going on right now is the fact that I am not begging you guys to give me money or I will stop creating content, or I'm demanding money from you guys. Like, how fast would you click off of my video if I all of a sudden grabbed the camera and said, hey, give me your fucking, you give me your money right now. Wait a minute, I had a thought. So look, I had to sleep on this one last night because it was really irking me and bothering me. And I had to come to the camera and add this add-on to this video because it's something that really just blew my mind that it escaped me. The reason why I really hate these TikTok begging people, it's not because I'm mad at how people get your bread. Get your bread. You know, you're a baker, get your bread. The reason why I have an issue with it is because it undermines people that are really in need. See, the thing about social media and building community as a content creator is that you create some sort of connection with people who are viewing your content, and then those people patronize you by giving you views, likes, subs, and sometimes occasionally donating funds to you in the means of a super chat or a gifted sub or whatever platform they have that they're watching you gives them to monetize you. But when we have people overutilizing these things for means that aren't necessary to live and they are scamming and lying to people, it undermines what a real community is. And we know the statistics behind how the healthcare system is in the United States and how it cannot be beneficial to people and how people go into tens and thousands of dollars in debt behind the medical system.
I went to the doctor for my shoulder. All she tried to do was give me medications. Bitch, how do I fix my shoulder? If you don't know, point me in the direction to the that would know. Come on, bruh. This bitch started spamming. You want Tylenol? No. You want this medication? No. You want this cream? No, bitch. What the how do I fix my shoulder? Send me to an MRI. Why am I doing your job?
And we also know how bad this economy is right now with these massive layoffs coming from these tech companies and other companies, the lack of jobs and resources that people have, and just the sky-high prices of groceries, gas, and any other thing. I understand why people would need extra funds to stimulate their pockets. And the fact that they are trading their time to entertain other people, it makes logical sense to tap into those communities. But that's only when they are providing true and real entertainment and the person consuming the content feels the need out of their heart to give. Content creation is supposed to be a passion project that just so happens to get you money. And I know a lot of people have figured out ways to manipulate the system and tap into people's pockets and gain those resources, and to each his own, I guess. But those people that actually need help in this world are looked at as shady. People can't even look at a GoFundMe straight anymore because they think these things are some sort of scam or, you know, some deceiving person behind it, and it's just not good anymore. Anyway, I had to get that off my chest. Back to the video. It's gotten so bad that even past content creators like Jason Nass have decided not to get a job even though content isn't necessarily working for him anymore. He's just gonna stay on TikTok Live and beg for money all day.
Yo, hot take, Jason Nash is a whole weirdo, bro. This man was asked, why don't you get a real job? And he goes, what do you suggest I work at Lululemon? Yeah, that's exactly what we suggest. I then see another podcast clip and he's like, I miss when David Dobrik was on the pod because of the money that it got me. Like, dude's basically a 50-year-old leech.
I think that people forget that content creation is a privilege and nobody is obligated to give you money. Sure, it would be nice, and it would be nice to have this be a long, fruitful career, but for a lot of people, that's just not gonna be the case. Especially for these people that were one-off content, you know, darlings like the Apple Store girl, Lachey Hinton. There's no need for you to continue to try to squeeze the juice out of an orange that at this point is nothing but debris and dust from your success from years ago. And hell, I won't even necessarily say that you were a successful content creator. You were a viral moment. But here you are, unemployed, homeless, 2 kids, and all you do is sit on TikTok Live all day and beg for money.
Y'all eat breakfast yet? Because I didn't. Y'all want to buy me breakfast? Y'all give me some breakfast? I want some Starbucks.
It's even gotten to the point where she had her kids taken away from her at some point and had the court saying that she was neglecting her kids in their own living environment because she would simply not provide for them.
She allowed her niece to get essayed while she was doing her makeup on live, and her son was the one doing it, and she justified it by saying that it wasn't her son, it was the niece's brother, her nephew. She has multiple child neglect charges and allowed her son to fall into a coma because he got access to her pills. Her son missed over 90 days of school. She mentally abused her kids. There's a video of her spitting on her son and saying that she can't stand his little ugly ass. We can only praise God that her kids are not in her custody anymore. If you give her money, that's you condoning that behavior.
Now we have a chicken and egg dilemma here, because who's to really blame? Is it the audience or is it the person that is begging for the money? Now on one end, I think that there's like two types of audience members. There's one that thinks that they're contributing to the success of their content creator, that they're participating in their well-being or continued lifestyle, you know, trying to support somebody who's actually out there in need. And then I think that there's another audience member who is literally mentally unstable and is donating because they think that this is fun games and a way to rack up some sort of cool points in a community because they get some sort of notable face. The problem that I have on the flip side of that when it comes to the content creator is that they play on all of these things. They play on the emotions of the people who think that, hey, I'm really participating in furthering and advancing these people's lives. And then they play on the person who I think has something wrong with them, that thinks that they're gaining some cool points in some sort of community by giving them money or by giving them galaxies or gifts or whatever the case may be. Both are wrong. I think that it's more on the creator side of things, but you'd have to let me know in the comments because both of them are insane to me. And I think the most extreme version of e-begging that plays onto people's heartstrings and people's emotions is when people do the GoFundMe attacks. The reason why I call them attacks is because GoFundMe was legitimately supposed to be for things that had real life consequences and situations behind them. But now we're using the GoFundMes as an excuse or a way to lie about getting hit in the head with a brick and why you might need some money for it.
Because I've been on here for 30 minutes now. I've been saying the same thing on how much I need and ain't nobody saying nothing. I'm really getting tired though, no shade. I really am.
If I could get 800, then I can finagle the rest. Like,
okay, niggas really came through with some food. Woo, 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 woo. Niggas was hitting the goal and woo, woo. Like, and that has to be.
Now look, I understand that the economy is extremely hard right now. Hell, I've been thinking about leaving my job day in and day out, my 9 to 5, to find another job, but I can honestly see how hard it would be to do that. It's not just easy as snap my fingers and I've got another career. No, it doesn't work like that. And for a lot of Americans going through what the economy is going through right now, they are getting ravaged by things that they never saw coming. But with that being said, this is not an excuse to use content creation to get a job. Because to be honest with you, from my perspective, it is a temporary fix on something that is going to last longer than today and tomorrow. And the only thing that you're going to have to do is continue to top yourself and become more and more and more extreme to the point where you are selling out your entire family in order to get money from strangers on the internet.
Please tell me you guys have seen or heard about the story about the young couple that lived in a storage unit. They recently got kicked out of the storage unit because the guy was filming everything. He was showing how they had the boxes stacked up in the front, but behind the boxes, they had a bedroom and a little living room area, how he was stealing the power from the storage facility to charge their power bank. He was doing backflips in the hallway and uploaded it to a TikTok. The storage facility found out and kicked them out because you can't live in those people's facility as if it is an apartment.
This guy was willing to risk the safety and security of his girlfriend, fiance, baby mama, or whatever in order for him to get some sort of TikTok clout, fame, and popularity. He tried to make homelessness some sort of niche. And I know that was something that was coming into trend in the 2020s when the pandemic was happening and people were claiming to be nomadic when they were really just homeless. But this guy is voluntarily doing this stuff, bragging about it, putting his girlfriend on the internet to try to garner sympathy from people while kind of talking down to them at the same time and thinking that he was better than us for doing the things that he was doing.
We not getting a job. It sounds like y'all jealous because we found a way to make it work without a job, and you still got to work a 9 to 5, pushing 40 hours plus a week. That's on you. Don't get mad at us because we found a way to circumvent this shit and get out the system and get out the matrix. We living in a tent, paying no rent, saving up money every single month.
There's nobody that's envious of this bozo, and I think that all of this is insane because there's portions and times where he's begging for money on TikTok in order to sustain his lifestyle, in order to literally live, eat, and breathe. I don't know of anybody that's jealous of the fact that he beat the system by begging strangers for money. If anything, people are donating because they feel pity for you in the situation that you brought your girlfriend, who just so happens to be pregnant, in. Like, you brought them in a situation where it's not safe. It's really not safe. But you did all that just to justify begging for money on the internet. My thing about this is that it's not long lasting. We've seen the NPC Miles Morales streamer go from being Spider-Man and doing this funny kind of thing to totally crashing out in the past couple of weeks. Like, he's been in fights and everything. And now he's perpetrating this young nigga skit on the internet in order to get money. And sure, I won't take it away from him. At his peak, he was making big bank. But what I say to a lot of these people when it comes to this content creation, whether it be as bummy as this or high level as some of the most high level people are, is this something that is sustainable for a long time? You can make $20,000 a month this year, but next year, are you gonna be able to do that? And $20,000 a month in a singular month is a lot. But if you stretch that over the course of a year, hell, you might as well have gotten a part-time damn job.